Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rea, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Papua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Matanisi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Tonight, major power supply disruption in the West tomorrow. Small businesses grants gain popularity. And Human Rights Commission questions political moves.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The Western Division from Korolevu to Raki will have intermittent electricity supply for most of tomorrow. The Fiji Electricity Authority will be shutting down power for critical repairs to high-voltage power lines. Savarat Tambua tells us more.
Electricity shutdown will affect hundreds of thousands of people from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow.
We will try and have an outage on all the domestic customers in order to ensure that the diesel power station capacity that is available to us is able to meet the demand.
People living between Korlewu in Singatok and Raki have to store water as pumping station will also be affected.
The diesel power stations have limited capacity and the demand is high. So we will not be able to meet the full demand of our customers stretching from Korolevu all the way to Reki. And as a result, we will have to have a planned power outage in certain areas.
Engineers will be replacing 132,000 volt power line which runs from Wailoa Power Station to Bunda.
We need to carry out this urgent work because we do not like to have an unplanned power outages because it can be very disruptive, especially if it happens on a weekday. Therefore, we have planned this work and this maintenance needs to be carried out to ensure reliability and security of power supply going forward.
FEA Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says people affected have to be patient and the shutdown will not exceed 12 hours if things go according to plan. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
549 people in Navua received small and micro business grants from the Prime Minister today. Varenge Bainimarama revealed the grant scheme has received overwhelming interest with nearly 19,000 Fijians applying. Savira Tambor once again.
These small and micro business owners each received up to $1,000, joining 129 previous applicants.
To government for providing such initiative, and this will be assisting me a lot as a market vendor for the benefit of my children's education.
Just want to do a small farming, and then after that might be just increase or more.
I own a canteen and this grant will be of great help to me.
They've all been advised to use the grants as they are meant to.
You will utilize these grants in building your businesses and raise the standard of living in your communities and help government in achieving sustainable and inclusive economic growth.
Since its inception in 2015, the Micro and Small Business Grant Scheme has assisted 6,622 entrepreneurs with grant funding to the tune of $6.3 million. These entrepreneurs have used the grant funding to start up or expand their businesses.
Those businesses have ranged from cash cropping and poultry farming to tailoring and hairdressing, just to name a few. In addition, it has created a multiplier effect, meaning that these businesses create jobs because they do business with other individuals and enterprises.
According to Bainimarama, funding of micro and small business grants will continue in an effort to grow local enterprises and contribute to the national economy. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
The Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission has questioned political parties and social commentators attacking Fiji's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva, Nazat Shamim Khan. Khan spoke about racial discrimination at the 34th session of the Human Rights Council, but has seen backlash from the National Federation Party and the Social Democratic Liberal Party. Rachel Nath with the story.
Yesterday morning at the airport,
Ambassador Khan raised the point that racism was institutional in Fiji and instilled in a privileged class a sense of entitlement based on ethnicity. However, political leaders Professor Biman Prasad and Sitiveni Rambuka called her a racist.
You know, the number of things that the ambassador actually said has been said before.
around the issue of class and how racism, has produced an internalized axiomatic of class apartheid.
Human Rights Director Ashwin Raj claims Professor Biman and Rambuka have selectively focused on the issue of racism and distorted Ambassador Khan's statement to suit their political agenda.
They strategically focused on the statement on racism, didn't talk about the nuanced policy that government, has in place to deal with the issue of relocation, which is inextricably woven into the question of, the human rights concerns of the Itoke.
The Commission also questioned NFP's motives behind using the word caste in reference to Ambassador Khan's comments when she never uttered those words.
The invocation of the term caste is equally problematic because it's got a certain political purchase to it, given the sociological significance of the term caste, particularly for Indo-Fijians. So I'm compelled to ask this question, whether the NFP consciously was trying to conflagrate communalism.
The NFP General Secretariat says the party stands by its statement. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
No response was received from the Social Democratic Party when this bulletin was prepared. A woman who allegedly burned her de facto husband, causing his death last year, has told the Suva High Court that she had filed restraining orders against him before his death. The state prosecutor informed the court that the de facto partner of the accused had breached the restraining order and had served 2 years imprisonment beforehand. 41-year-old Devi is charged with the murder of her 34-year-old partner, Balkrishna Dutt. The matter has been adjourned to April 28th. After the break, murder accused found not guilty. And internet connectivity plans for Viti Levu.
हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन ताबुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन ताबुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश ताबुआ में रहता है, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम इज वेरी हॉट।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
In a bid to improve telecommunications and internet access across the country, Telecom Fiji will be undertaking a connectivity upgrade project. Rachel Nath caught up with TFL Chief Executive Motilal De Silva and files this report.
Telecom Fiji envisions high-quality internet service for every home in Fiji, and it begins with the completion of a fibre optic ring on Viti Levu.
There's a gap of 100 kilometers along the Kings Road from Koro to Rekiriki. So that portion will be connected mainly to connect the recently declared tax-free zone.
TFL will start laying the underground cables next month and expects quick improvements in data transfer time and boost internet speed. The project will be completed by September. Motilal De Silva confirms the telecommunications company is also upgrading its satellite feed, which will enable wider connection and coverage.
And now we are upgrading the satellite services to reach the rural areas and outer islands. So this will be completed by June.
Telecom Fiji also plans to take these upgrades to Vanua Levu. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
2 of the 3 assessors found manslaughter accused Kelevi Tokelau not guilty following a trial at the Suva High Court yesterday. They believe Tokelau is not guilty of the death of Sola Sudhu at the O'Reilly's nightclub in Suva in 2015. Tokelau had allegedly punched the deceased after he attempted to enter the nightclub through a window in a separate smoking room at the club. Judge Justice Salesi Temo will deliver his ruling on March 27th. The Health Ministry and Telecom Fiji have signed a Memorandum of Understanding for Wi-Fi services to be available at CWM Hospital. 5 departments in the CWM Hospital will have Wi-Fi routers, allowing anyone with a Connect Velocity account or a prepaid voucher to access the internet 24/7. Minister Rosie Akbar says the aim of this initiative is to provide accessibility within the hospital.
We plan eventually to have this service installed in all our major hospitals. Good news, all our Fijians visit the hospitals.
The second TEDx Suva event was announced today, featuring speakers from diverse backgrounds, sharing ideas, stories and inspiration from Fiji to a local and global audience. Organisers are assuring that the event will keep the spotlight on Fiji's diverse and vibrant ideas for sharing on the TEDx World Stage, which is confirmed for May 6th. The focus will be on the theme An Ocean of Ideas.
We're very fortunate to have members of the public help develop the theme Ocean of Ideas through their participation in a writing competition. People made submissions of poetry, prose, as well as various other sort of forms of creative expression.
There's not many opportunities for someone like my age to take part in these writing things, because every time you see a writing competition, it's always for someone in high school or primary school. So when I saw it, I thought I'd submit a piece, and luckily I got to win something.
And world news, United States President Donald Trump is facing criticism of a handshake debacle. It involves German Chancellor Angela Merkel, whom he'd previously labelled catastrophic. After the break, Fiji retains PRC title. And no big surprises at Lotoka Zone, that and more coming up.
I'm talking from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Girdler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in Nasalai Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
The Telecom Fiji Warriors have successfully defended the World Rugby Pacific Challenge title after beating Samoa 48-25 in the final round-robin match at the ANZ Stadium. Fiji Warriors led Samoa 20-6 at halftime. Fiji scored 6 tries in the match. Lepani Reala scored 2 tries, while Serupepeli Vularica, Moses Evoka, Samuela Sunguturanga and Eroni Vasiteri scored a try each. Meanwhile, Junior Japan beat Tonga 42-33 earlier today. Natambua High School and Jasper Williams High School defended their titles in the Lotoka Zone Athletics meet today. Natambua won 41 gold, while Jasper bagged 39 gold. Melita Vanga reports.
The 2015 Boys Division Core Games champion are working hard to raise the bar. Athletic standards have to be above all competitors next month. Bad weather didn't help preparations for the zone meet 3 weeks ago, but the athletes are glad to have had a go at the new tracks at Churchill Park.
Thankful to the council, Lotoka City Council, that are able to give us an environment to prepare athletes in maybe in a fair manner. Even though we are training from grass track, but to test our runners through this track should be a good advantage.
As for the reigning co-games champion in the girls division, Jasper Williams High School never underestimated any school.
It's a good competition, and we really look forward with students to participate in events. We really look forward to the game, and we wish the other schools as well to a good competition for the 2017 Coca-Cola Games.
A total of 39 records were broken in the 2 days meet. Zone officials say this is thanks to the synthetic track compared to the old grass tracks. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
The Mara Seahawk Rugby Women's Sevens team aims to stamp a mark at the Fiji Bidder Mara Sevens next weekend. The team is hungry for a win, having lost in the Cup semi-final last year.
Coached by former Oceania Regional Women's Rugby Development Officer Eleanor Kunatumba, the team is well prepared, knowing the road ahead is not easy.
These are final stages where we do scrimmage with the wardens before we go back next week. And definitely we've hit the peak, and then now we're just working on technical and tactical of the game.
Kunatumba is hoping to use some national Fiji 7s and 15s players to strengthen the team.
Doesn't make it a bit difficult because they know what they're capable of, and we have players that we're covering for them have the same strength in both the sides.
Fijiana captain Ana Maria Rongida, who lead the Seahawks, says players are fighting for a spot in the team.
There's some Fiji reps, like you said, 15s and 7s, but there's a lot of clubs out there too. They have Fiji reps on their team, and a really tough game this next week on March 7, like Nandi Blazers, Striders.
Coach Kunatumba is calling on players to step up as she's trying to select 2 teams that can deliver. The team is expected to be named on Monday. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
The Rewa soccer team won its last game in the OFC Champions League after beating Vanuatu's Roca Golden Star 2-1. Rewa's goals were scored by Josefo Vervo and Marcelo Jr. in the first half. Rewa had earlier lost 2 games and was out of contention for the semi-finals. Vodafone Fiji football head coach Christophe Gamel hopes players from Rewa won't find it hard to adapt to his style of play in the FIFA World Cup qualifier against New Zealand next week. Players from the district players will be joining the national team at the end of the OFC Champions League.
National football coach Christophe Gamel believes there is a lot of improvement needed in the team.
Won our first game yesterday, but to be honest, it's not enough. It's not enough. What I expect from them is really to have a consistency during the game, being regular, big regularity when they play.
Gamel says he's now working on tactics to lift their performances on the field.
I have selected this kind of player to add more for the team and to give a better, most of all, better technical aspect, because some players in Rewa have the great skills to manage the ball. I will not have time and pity for if they try to be sneaky or this kind of thing.
For experienced defender Tanya Lawanga, adapting to the new style of play has been a welcome challenge.
And it's a challenge for us, a place to adapt to the style we want. We are getting there day by day as he's telling us what to do in which areas, and it's a big challenge for us to place.
The national team held its last training session at the FIGFA headquarters in Vatuanga this morning and are currently on their way to Ma. The team is expected to be named on Wednesday. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
The Chiefs beat the Rebels 27-14 in Melbourne last night to cement themselves at the top of the Super Rugby standings. The Chiefs led 7-3 at halftime and sealed a scrappy bonus point win with 2 tries in the final 4 minutes. Meanwhile, the Crusaders have pulled a win from the Super Rugby Fire for the 3rd successive match, downing the Blues 33-24 in Christchurch to maintain their unbeaten start to the season. The Canterbury-based side won 14 from 15 line-outs and all 7 scrums in their 9-point victory, sending them to the top of the New Zealand Conference. In a match tonight, Waratahs host the Brumbies at 8:45. You can watch the match live on FBC TV. Showers and thunderstorms were experienced over the interior and eastern parts of the group today. Elsewhere, afternoon or evening showers were experienced. Well, it was a fairly warm day in the Western Division despite the periods of rain. Bar topped the list at 33 degrees this afternoon. Turning east, it was slightly cooler between Pacific Harbour and Suva. Occasional showers were experienced as well. And in Vanuatu, more hot weather and rain. Now, at sea, you can expect southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, rough seas, moderate southeasterly swells, poor visibility in areas of heavy showers and thunderstorms. Taking a look at the tides, the next high tide is at 4:15 a.m. The sunrise tomorrow is at 6:13 a.m. and the sun sets at 6:24 p.m. Tomorrow's outlook is for more showers and thunderstorms over the Fiji group. And taking a look at the further outlook, occasional showers and few thunderstorms over most places. Isolated heavy falls are expected. Now, recapping the main stories, the Western Division will have intermittent power supply tomorrow as FEA carries out urgent repairs. More than 19,000 applications for small business grants. And Human Rights Commission questions attacks on Fiji's ambassador to the UN, Nazat Shamim Khan. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, do you understand your tax obligations? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, good night.
कमल रोशनी है, हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन ताबुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन ताबुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश ताबुआ में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.